Hi, good afternoon everyone. Sorry for the slight delay. I think we're sort of ready to get underway. Firstly, welcome and thank you for turning up. It is a nice sunny day, so I know that the draw for other things can be quite enticing, so thank you for making the right choice and coming here this afternoon for this Global Talent Programme session. So we're at stage 4 now, so this is the Skill Practitioner badge, if I'm right, thinking about it now. So this is an opportunity. Discipline researcher. Sorry, beg your pardon. So discipline researcher. So the first 3 stages have been a lot about setting the context, a lot of the theoretical content. You've had opportunities to hear from speakers, but also to sort of have a go at some sort of useful desktop exercises and working groups. This is a sort of an evolution of that. So this is a chance to work on some live briefs. So this afternoon, we're delighted that we're joined by Kosta and a number of colleagues at the back who Kosta will introduce in a moment. So I will try and manage one introduction, which is of Kosta. So knowledge that he could share with students about social enterprises and sort of running campaigns. And Kosta sort of came up as the person to speak to. So Kosta came in and gave a brilliant talk to our students last year. Kosta himself is a former campaign manager for Startup Britain. So he ran sort of campaign 2015. So yeah. I'll let you sort of do all the details. And he now sort of leads Empact Ventures, as the slides behind me will show. So Empact Ventures are a super connector. Again, I'm sure Kosta will give you a lot more detail about what that entails and how that organisation works. So without checking my notes too much, I'll just look down. I'll sort of probably shut up and just to say hand over to Kosta, and he will introduce the session, what's going to take place, and our speakers at the back. So I hope you enjoy the session, and thank you very much.
Thanks for having us.
Cheers.
Hi everyone. Well, as been rightly introduced, I'm Kosta. I thought it was good that I come in because I graduated from uni 12 years ago from Warwick, and probably more so than some people that might come in and you might not be able to relate to. So I'm here really to challenge you guys and to push you guys, because I was at university 12 years ago, and when I arrived at Warwick, I wanted to run a business and I wanted to stand out, because at the end of the day, it doesn't matter if you go to Warwick, Oxford, BU, you're all going to come out with the same piece of paper that says you're capable of doing something. I know so many people that did history that are now big IT consultants in corporates. I know people that are investors that actually did history of art. You know, so you're all gonna be able to do lots of different things in life. And really, if you're interested in working for somebody, it's all about standing out and developing new entrepreneurial skills and showing how you've developed them through real life challenges. And I thought the best way to do that is to bring some real life businesses, and not just any business, but businesses that are doing cutting edge technology with artificial intelligence, or around themes like gender inequality, sustainability, food, healthy food, collaboration, and the law as well. So I'm going to give you a background to Empact first, and I want you to know that actually I started Empact off the back of basically being at university and starting a business and seeing an opportunity to help and connect students, and off the back of that, as you'll see, have managed to do a lot of things in a very short space of time. So I'm just going to give you a background to Empact. So I've basically spent the last 12 years designing all sorts of different startup initiatives, everything from local investor pitch days to large tech conferences to taking a double-decker bus around 90-odd cities and giving free business mentoring to people. I'm passionate about helping young people to let the penny drop and go, do you know what? I am capable of doing so much more than just working for a large corporate. I can work for myself, I can be an entrepreneur within a small business, and so on and so forth. So I basically was at university, there was an entrepreneurship society run by students, and I thought, that's great. That's a business club, that's a business that I can go and run. And basically took over Warwick Entrepreneur Society and was running workshops like this for 5 students, 50 students, 200 students, and running apprentice competitions and business plan competitions and bringing PayPal in and investors, and it was amazing. It was just great to do that. And I did a computer science degree and I did a master's in information systems and management, and I got a PhD offer which I turned down. And really because everything that I did at Warwick with supporting students and running different programs, campaigns, social enterprises, I wanted to have a career out of that, doing what I love, because at the end of it, you know, money does come into it, but if I'm not motivated by money at all, I'm motivated about developing people's skills, developing my own skills, and creating social and economic impact, or both. So yeah, I won't go through all that, but basically my team's a mix of people, you know, young people that I've recruited straight out of Warwick, through to investors, senior leaders of big corporate giants right now, Cisco, Hayes, News Corp, you name it. So I surround myself with amazing people that are wise. I've got mentors that are 19 years old that have raised £10 million and they're in Silicon Valley, but they've been through an experience that, you know, I can learn from, and vice versa. I've got mentors that are in their 80s and they're teaching me a type of wisdom. Equally, I've got clients that are in this room that are 10, 20, 30 years older than me that see me as their mentor or their advisor for some reason. So you never stop learning, and you've got to surround yourself with great people. So in a nutshell, what we do, we're unlike any other business. We basically design startup initiatives. So that could be a tech conference for 5,000 people. It could be a conference in the House of Parliament. It could be a workshop, a masterclass. So on the one hand, we're like a special events management company. But in all of that, we make sure that we help to broker deals between all sorts of people, students wanting jobs, corporates wanting startups, startups wanting investors, press wanting stories, startups wanting investment, startups wanting press, and so on and so forth. And we use events and programs as a platform to connect all these things. So we do that for all sorts of clients. Equally, we do it for partners, sponsors, and then we work with about 25 technology startups that are doing everything from augmented reality, AI, prop tech, enterprise collaboration, and so on. And we act as their super connector, which basically means we open doors for them. So if they want to get a deal with Coca-Cola, but it's going to take them 6 months, we can open that door in the space of a month. If they want to be in the Telegraph, they want to be in the press, they want to have speaking at the House of Parliament, we do it much faster for them. So we act as kind of like their agent, just like a movie star would have an agent. And then we act as a super connector for SMEs, so small to medium enterprises that might be in India or Cyprus or Switzerland that are looking to expand into the UK and grow their networks and do it very quickly. And finally, for brands and corporates and investors who are looking for, so investors are looking for investment propositions. So we find them particular investment propositions, whether that's technology or it's it's handbags made out of wicker, so it's a creative business or a fashion business, etc. And also corporates that are looking for particular technologies that they can integrate with instead of building it all in-house. So I'll show you that in action, really, because it's hard to explain. So some of our clients are some of the leading startup organisations in the UK, so everything from national campaigns, global trade bodies, Female in Business Awards, as you'll meet David here. Then we've got loads of startups, so half of these startups have raised anything between 200,000 and 3 million and are run by people that are the age of 19 up to 40. And they're everything from fashion tech, property tech, food tech, data, AI, sharing economy, software as a service, you name it. Mainly technology, because that's what we enjoy. But equally, we do the same for about 10 charities where we super connect for free, for good, for them, and they're everything in poverty to education, and because that's my background is charity, actually, even though my interest is technology. So yeah, you'll meet Shan from Mucho, so that's a great example. Hollowbox was actually a Bournemouth University graduates that have now raised money from Just Eat. And Swarm are here at the back, so Joe, you'll hear from Joe later. And then we work again with corporates, so like I said, SMEs that are looking to expand into the UK, or large corporate organisations or trade bodies or national associations that are looking to get in front of the right people very quickly. So this is us in action. I spent the last 2.5 years on taking a double-decker London bus as a national charity campaign and putting it in 90 or 38 cities the first year, 58 cities the second year, and basically putting it in Bournemouth Gardens and bringing all the local business support organisations and bringing hundreds of people that are interested in starting a business, whether they're tech or whether they're a car dealership, and giving free mentoring to people. So literally I did a different city every day, and we launched it in Buckingham Palace and Downing Street with royalty, but it was young people coming together as a team, joining very well-connected dots. What else? We did the India Tech Summit in the House of Parliament a few months ago, which some of the guys here joined us within. So again, bringing great people and organisations together, and not just from the UK. We work mainly India and Central Europe, but now expanding into the US. What else? We build partnerships with people. So this was a large tech conference that had the co-founder of Apple speaking at it. So we get these large conferences coming to us saying, we want to have partners, we want to have investors, universities, competitions, accelerators, local co-working spaces, and we bring people and partners to great spaces. Just throwing a lot at you. We scout, so we find particular technologies for corporates and brands that are looking for that. So like PayPal's looking for like marketplace businesses that are like eBay that bought PayPal. Pizza Hut is looking for customer experience and things that help technology within the store. RBS are looking for blockchain, fintech, payment gateways, and so on and so forth. And competitions, accelerators, angel investors, venture capitalists. So that's just an example of a startup competition which is run by the world's largest trade body for smart data marketing. And then we work with all types of startups, like I said. Some of them are in the room here. You'll see in Swarm, for example, on Mucho. And they've all got really cutting edge things: mobile, software as a service, Internet of Things, you name it. A lot of the stuff we do is local. We love bringing people together at a local level and educating them and connecting them with experts. You know, I could have come here and just run a whole session all day, but I think it's better if you hear from myself and people that I work with, that are our clients, that have been there, done it, got the t-shirt, got the hat, and in lots of different themes and areas. So we deliver local venture labs which bring together startups and people and charities. Again, we run pitch days, as I've mentioned. We get all sorts of brands involved in that. I'll go through all this. So just nice when it's about us. And then we work with lots of different partners that all can provide some sort of support to companies. So whether it's legals like Linky Law, or whether it's recruitment, or whether it's funding or office space, etc. We work with hundreds of partners all over the world. And then, as I said, we work all over the world with different types of institutions, be it charities that are trying to help the diaspora of people that are leaving Greece, let's say, or Cyprus to come to the UK and finding teams for them, to people that are looking to start a business in India or Central Europe. We've been in the press quite a bit. So that was when the bus actually, the Startup Britain bus was in the Gardens, and that was in the Bournemouth Echo. We've been in some policy reports from the Institute of Directors about migrant entrepreneurship. Yeah, we've been featured by some brands as well. You might have heard of GoDaddy, which owns Heart Internet, so I technically am the face of their reseller hosting. Just literally, you go on the homepage and click reseller hosting, and that's me. And yeah, we help our clients to win awards. So we've helped NatWest and Startup Britain to win Financial Innovation Awards. So all of that really came from a student being in a university and thinking, do you know what? I need to stand out, and I want to do something that I love and enjoy and brings people together, and is not the typical pigeonhole career that you're an account manager or you're a consultant, etc., but brings amazing things to, around amazing venues, around amazing causes that create aggregate, that's the special word, aggregate social impact and or economic impact, and that's what we do through entrepreneurship. So let's get on with the Venture Lab. So let's get started. So this Venture Lab, it's a student enterprise challenge. It's the same type of challenge we would have presented 10 years ago at Warwick, where our students got involved. And the purpose of it is to inspire you, to educate you, because potentially some of you are running businesses right now or want to run a business. Some of you want to be working a bigger business and therefore not be an entrepreneur, but what we call an intrapreneur or entrepreneurship. So you want to be able to take risks on the behalf of your company's clients, or you don't, or you just don't know. You want to see what the possibilities are, and you realise that working in a team of people, you're like, you guys work together well. Oh, maybe we should start a business together. That's how Hollerbox came about, literally about a year and a half ago. And some of you are future business leaders as well. And it's also about applying the knowledge that you're learning in all these different courses. And some of you are postgrad, some of you are undergrad, and actually putting it to the test rather than being too overqualified before you've got any real experience. And that's what employers want to see. And some of the companies I've brought today, they're interested in you. They want to talk to you about internships, but they want to see you in action first. And it's giving you the opportunity to connect with those people and with those opportunities and learn around the key areas that any business goes through, which is development, so setting the business up, operations, getting a product developed, whether it's tech or non-tech, growth, sales, networking, building partnerships, business development, recruitment, getting press, etc., and sustainability, like generating money, bringing money in, investment, funding, etc., and all the complications like due diligence that go around that. So basically today's session is going to be, we're going to do 6 presentations, 20 minutes each by each of the companies. They're basically going to do their presentation within about 15-16 minutes, and then you're going to have the chance to ask them questions about them and the challenge that they're facing. And this is one of your only opportunities to do that. Plus, at the end of all those, we're then going to spend an hour and a half with them, and the guys are going to come round, and we're going to split you up into teams to tackle one of the 6 challenges. So it'll be interesting to know what all your interests are, what experiences you want to have, because we've got challenges around gender inequality, sustainability, legals, technology, healthy food. So the events industry as well in 2 cases. So we want to make sure that you do something that you're passionate about and you've got an interest in, and maybe it links to your academic side as well. And those presentations are going to cover their company's history, their story, what they've achieved today, and really their vision. Where do they want to go? Like, understanding that's really important. And and also the challenge that's holding them back right now, and they're reaching out to you with an olive branch and saying, as a millennial, come and help us, and if you do well, let's chat. Maybe some of them are Bournemouth-based companies, some of them are London-based companies. Let's chat, come and work with us. So putting you into groups, and then them also guiding your thinking as well, because they can tap into you, you can tap into them. Remember, you never stop learning. I know Michael from C6N here, he's come to sit next to you because he knows there's things that you can teach him. Equally, there's things that he can teach you. And obviously the others will come and congregate, hopefully later on. So, I'm not used to this. So, yeah, these are the companies presenting. I'm representing Ticket Pass. Rodrigo will be joining us for the second session, but he couldn't make it down from London. So yeah, obviously we started a bit later, but we should be on time. So what I'm going to say is, after the challenges, let's go through some of the things like addressing them, some tools that you can use, and understanding how to respond to them and what everybody's looking for. So I think the best thing to do is if we start with those. We start with Michael. Yeah. So that's all from me for now. I will be back.